Hi Taurus, welcome to December. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I get to your reading, I want to call in some good energy. And I want to say thank you for those for supporting my channel. Thank you for liking and subscribing and sharing and commenting. And also thank you for those who've ordered private readings. I value and appreciate your support. So what's coming up for December, Taurus? We've got a new moon in Sag and a full moon in Cancer. And Mercury will be going direct in the beginning of December. Oh, Three of Pentacles. Success. So let's see what's happening for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know? We're coming out of the retrograde periods. I just want you to know. It's been a long and difficult year, 2018. Next year will be a lot easier. We won't have all these retrogrades. We won't have Mars or Venus retrograde. I mean, the larger planets always go retrograde, but so they don't affect us as much. But the inner planets, they've been putting us through the mill this year. So let's see what's happening with Taurus. What does Taurus need to know about love and relationships and life in the month of December? What's coming up? What is coming up for Taurus? What is coming up for Taurus? You've got, let's see, Seven of Cups, the Temperance, the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Empress, the Eight of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. So you got some cards that were in the Aries reading. So if you're dealing with an Aries, you should check that reading also. So you start out in December with the Seven of Cups. That's a card of... you're going to be presented with a lot of different opportunities, and it could be several, you know, in a love relationships. You might have several opportunities to form relationships, both business and personal. And you might be stuck in the choices in December. Because the Seven of Cups, you need to take action. You've been sitting on the couch, or, you know, I'm a Taurus, so I could say that. The Seven of Cups is a card of imagining the possibilities. So there are all these options out there. Well, I could do this and I could do that and maybe I can do this, but you're not acting on any of them. You're just dreaming about them. Because, you know, Taurus is so afraid of taking a chance sometimes and getting out of their comfort zone. So it's easy to just sit there and dream about doing something, and it's scary to actually do it and to make a decision and then commit to that decision. But that's what you're going to have to do in December. You have to get out of this dream state and you have to make a choice. Because sometimes if you take too long, the options will go away. You know, sometimes choices are not there forever. They're there for a while, and if you don't take action, they go away. So you have the Temperance card here crossing this. So the Temperance card, this is the card of the Archangel Michael. And it's a card of, in a relationship, it could mean that you're connecting with someone that you could have, you could be very compatible with. But you're going to have to meet them halfway. So if you're sitting around waiting for them to show up at the door, it may not happen. This is a card of compromise and balance. So it could even mean, because of the balance, you could be dealing with someone who's an air sign, like an Aries, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. But the Temperance card is about, it's also about not going to extremes and following the middle road. And that's true of your thinking as well, not going to extremes of thinking. Like, don't think the worst or the best of a situation. You know, like your fears might get the best of you, or being too optimistic. Like, nothing could possibly go wrong. Find the middle ground. And this is a card about compromise too, and finding that that win-win, learning how to blend. So you might be meeting someone, if you're not with someone already, you might be dealing with someone where you have to blend your energies together, or your energies come together in a way that the two people are more powerful together than they would be individually. Trust your intuition. If you're feeling guided, this is also a card of receiving spiritual guidance. Like you might be feeling pulled in a certain direction. Trust that intuition. Go in that direction. So if something is telling you, like, I need to reach out to this person, reach out. It's also a card of work-life balance. You know, maybe you've been focusing too much in one area of your life and you've been neglecting other areas. So if you've been working too much and not paying attention to relationship, you need to find that balance. Or maybe you're focusing on one person and neglecting all your friends. You know, it could work either way. Now, in the recent past, you have the Ace of Swords. This is a card of, I think that in December, you're going to be feeling like taking action. You're going to be tired of the stagnation. You know, we've been in a holding pattern pretty much most of the year. With the Ace of Swords, this is a card of new beginnings or a new way of thinking. And so you might be acting a little bit more aggressive in December than you would normally be. Because you know what you want. At some point, you're going to make a decision. You have a lot of options, but once you make a decision, then this card will give you the energy to go for what you want. The Knight of Swords is in the recent past, so this could be someone who has suddenly left your life. Someone might, a relationship that may not have been working might end. Because I'm seeing the Ten of Swords. So you might be thinking of either leaving a relationship that hasn't been working, or someone might, because this is a card of fast energy, someone just like jumping, you know, leaving, departing. You could have been dealing with someone who was kind of on the selfish side, not thinking about anyone's needs but their own. And so you might decide to let that person go because they're not giving you what you need. Because I'm feeling like there's been an imbalance in the give and take in a relationship. Because you're a very giving person, but you might have been giving to someone that was just taking and not giving back. And you need to find that balance. You need to balance your life out again. So it may mean that you have to stop wasting your energy on relationships that are not giving you as much as you're giving them. So if you're giving your love to someone and they're not giving their love back in return, maybe it's time to evaluate that and let that person go. And so that you can free up the energy, because we're going to be having some new beginnings, some eclipses coming in at the beginning of the year, and that's going to propel you forward. You have the Queen of Wands and the Empress in the future. So something that you've been working on is going to come to fruition. So I feel like you could be leaving a relationship behind, but you could also be working on in your career path, taking a leadership role. The Queen of Wands is a good leader. Someone who knows what they want and goes after it. Your energy might be changing in December because you may be offered something or might be involved working on something that you're really committed to. It could be a creative project. Whatever it is, it's going to bring abundance into your life. So when you stop wasting your energy on relationships that are not, that are just draining you and not giving you the support that you need, that will free up energy for you to work on achieving a goal. The Empress could be, I mean, for some of you, it could be motherhood. If you're wanting to have a family and children, I feel like that you're going to want to give up. Like if you're in a relationship with something that's not going anywhere, and it's not giving you the home and that sense of security, that sense of abundance that a relationship should give you. You know, when you're with someone you really care about, and you're giving to each other, and you both feel, you know, you both feel supported and enriched by that relationship. That's what you want. You want home and family. Even if you don't want children, you want to be with someone that feels like home, that feels safe and secure, that is, you know, there for you. So you're going to be leaving anything that doesn't fit that description. You might be leaving that behind. And you might be connecting with people that are better for you. But with these 2 tens, I feel like you're going to be able to put your burdens down and, you know, get on a new path. You might be finally realizing that some cycle has come to an end. If there's been someone that's been a burden to you in some way, maybe they're passing out of your life. Maybe it's time for you to put that burden down and start taking charge of your life, start taking your energy back so that you can create more abundance, so that you can make a better connection, a stronger connection. Because I feel this is true both in relationship and also in career path or work. Because you have the 8 of Pentacles. This is a card of working towards something. And you're learning, you're at the beginning stages, but it's going to lead to, it may be a lot of work. You might be feeling overwhelmed with work, but the outcome is going to be positive. The outcome is going to bring you greater abundance, greater security. You're going to get recognition. It'll put you in a more of a leadership role. But at the same time, it's like something ends and something new begins. But you're getting on the right path with the new beginning. So don't be afraid to end something that's not working, because it's just holding you back from, you know, this new thing that wants to come in, this new energy. So we have on December 7th, we have this new moon in Sagittarius. And this is happening in your 8th house. And it's squaring, it's squared by Mars and Neptune in the 12th house. So, not the 12th house, the 11th house. So I think that the action is going to take place in friendships and your goals and dreams, your wishes. You know, what do I really want out of life? That's what you're going to be asking. You're going to be working toward achieving a goal or a dream. And in the 8th house, that's the house of intimacy. It's the house of transformation. It's the house of getting support from others. So there could be some new beginning that happens in December where you feel more supportive. It could be a more intimate relationship. Maybe you've been coasting in relationships and you haven't really had that strong connection. You can have that. But it may cause some conflict with friendships because you have the Neptune in the 11th house and Mars. There could be a friendship that's just not what it's cracked up to be. Like maybe you're in a relationship where you're arguing with someone, or the person is just being very selfish and they're not giving you what you need, or they're being evasive. Mercury's in the 7th house, and it's forming a grand trine with Chiron and the North Node in Cancer. Chiron and Pisces. So that's the house of communication and relationships. So you could be forming a contract or signing a contract in your career that's going to be bringing you, it's going to be getting you on the right path. It's going to be getting you in a path that you may find. It could be a healing relationship even. It's because the Chiron is the wounded healer. And Chiron is in Pisces. So for you, that's your 11th house. You might be finding friends or a new group of people. You might be joining a group of healers or working with people that are involved in healing. Or you might be communicating more about your needs. You might find someone that you can talk to, and this relationship has a healing effect on you. And it gets you on the right path. It gets you doing work that you really love, and it gets you where you're going to feel more nurtured. You're going to feel more that you're part of a family, more at home. Because this Empress, I just keep seeing this Empress card. I feel like you can form a relationship that really nurtures you and helps you to fulfill a long-held dream. And it's really heals you on an emotional level. You know, you might have been wasting a lot of energy with someone that was very selfish and not even aware of what you had to offer. But that may change in December with this new moon in Sagittarius. Because with Sagittarius, this new moon, you're going to be, it's a fiery moon. It gives you a chance to take action. So you might get out of this indecisive period and actually decide to take action, especially with the Ace of Swords here. Then we have a full moon on December 22nd in Cancer. And that full moon, something comes to a culmination, something is completing. It's like a cycle is ending and a new cycle is beginning, because the full moon is 0 degrees Cancer. And it's trining Uranus. The moon is sextile Uranus and the sun is trine Uranus. The sun is in Capricorn, the moon is in Cancer, and it's trining Uranus. It's an out of sign trine. So there could be some surprises at the end of the month. In your case, it's going to be affecting your 3rd and 9th house, some kind of communication. So you might hear from someone from a distance, or you might be finishing up a creative project, something that involves the internet or marketing or communication. But it's going to be a good full moon because Venus is trine Neptune. And that's activating your 7th house and your 11th house. So you're going to be forming relationships. There could be a very romanticized relationship beginning at the end of the year, at the end of December. And it's going to set you on a new path, because with the full moon, it's kind of weird because full moons are usually endings or, you know, finishing up of a cycle and releasing. But at the 0 point degree, it's also a new beginning. It's like you're ready to, okay, so you're finishing up an old cycle. You're releasing something that's done. You know, you've been there, done that. You're ready to release it. And you're ready to step into this whole new world. So it's like mixed energy, but it's going to be good. I think you'll be happy with the full moon. I think you'll have a nice holiday, a very romantic holiday with someone special. There's potential for that. So it could be like, okay, I'm getting out of this relationship that's not working, but I'm going to get into, either you're going to be surrounded by friends and family and feel loved and nurtured, or there could be even a new relationship on the horizon. So Taurus, I'm not worried about you for December, but you do have to let go of a few things. You do have to realize when some things, you know, Taurus holds on to relationships forever. And they leave no stone unturned to save something. But at some point you have to admit, okay, this is just not working. Whether it's a relationship or a career situation, whatever it is, I can't give this any more energy. It's not healthy. It's not good for me. It's not good for the other person or the other people involved. I need to grow. I need to change. I need to get what I deserve. And here it is, the Empress. The Empress is there for you. But you have to be the Queen of Wands. You have to be the leader. You have to take a leadership role in your life. You have to make decisions. You have to release. You have to make that choice to end what's not healthy, to end that relationship that's not working, to get out of that dead-end job. You know, whatever it is, you have to make those decisions. And once you do that, then you're on this new cycle. Then you have, you know, it's going to bring healing and abundance to you. So don't be afraid of the changes. Don't be afraid of releasing the past. Don't be afraid of putting down your burdens. You might be taking on other people's problems that they don't belong to you. Let other people solve their own problems. You know, if you're dealing with someone who's difficult, who's always, you know, demanding your energy, maybe you need a break from that. Maybe you need to start healing yourself, you know, giving yourself some time to nurture yourself. So don't feel guilty about that either. But anyway, Venus trine Neptune, that's like a beautiful transit. That's like the soulmate connection transit. That's, you know, so if you're an artist, it'll be a very creative time for you to do music or art or dance, anything creative. And if not, if you're in a love relationship, if you're with someone, if you just met someone, it will be a very romantic time. So I hope you enjoyed December. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you want to go deeper into your own personal life, you can click on the link in the description box and we can do a private reading. In the meantime, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Solstice. Just celebrate in December. You've worked hard for it, you deserve it. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.